At a press conference meant to be routine, President Trump was handed a bundle wrapped in military green. As he unfolded it, gasps echoed through the crowd. It wasn't just a quilt, it was a tribute. Each square held a story, stitched-in photographs, handwritten letters printed on fabric, tiny embroidered names, military patches. One square read, CPT JT Morales dragged me out, died so I could live. Iris. Another featured a letter. Mom, tell Iris I'll teach her that card game. When I'm home. Alex. The Marine who wrote it died a week later. Trump's voice wavered. This isn't a gift, it's a legacy. Turning to the cameras, he added, every service member is more than a uniform. When we lose them, we don't just lose a soldier. We lose a story. Silence fell over the crowd. Some wept, others saluted. Holding the quilt aloft, Trump declared it would be displayed for the public, not in his office, but somewhere every American could see. Watching from home, Major Iris Vance, retired and quiet for years, let a single tear fall. After the press conference, the world wanted to know, who was Iris Vance? Media flooded her VA center. She declined interviews. She hadn't made the quilt for fame. She made it to remember. One afternoon, her granddaughter Sierra found her by the window holding a sealed letter. I wrote this to Captain Morales, Iris said softly, after I got back. I never read it out loud. She opened it, hands shaking. Dear JT, you promised you'd come back, but you didn't. I hated you for that, for being gone while I was still here. But I see now, you saved me. And I've lived in the shadow of that gift for too long. So I'll stop hiding. I'll make sure they remember you. I'll turn this pain into thread and stitch our pieces together. Love, Iris. Sierra wiped her eyes. You should have shared that long ago. I just did, Iris replied. The story spread. Veterans across the country posted images of the quilt. The hashtag Quilt of Heroes trended nationwide. Trump's office reached out. The president would like to honor Major Vance personally. Iris was hesitant. I didn't make the quilt for applause, Sierra gently insisted. It's not for applause. It's to fulfill your promise. Iris nodded. Then I'll go, for them. In D.C., military escorts brought them to a hall near the National Mall. Inside, quilts lined the walls. At the center, under soft lights, was hers. Trump greeted her warmly. We've named this the Hall of Honor, he said. Your quilt is our first permanent exhibit. Iris blinked. Permanent? He nodded. For school kids, presidents, everyone. Your friends won't be forgotten. He revealed a new initiative to collect quilts, letters, and mementos from veterans across the country. Iris touched the stitches of her quilt, each one beating like a heart. You kept your promise, Sierra whispered. No, Trump said. You inspired one. Back home, the center received hundreds, then thousands of letters. Veterans, families, children, all thanking Iris. One note read, My father died in 2003. We never talked about his service. Your quilt helped me imagine what he carried. Another. I lost a brother in Afghanistan. Thank you for reminding the world who he was. Iris read every letter. Then she began writing back. Handwritten, heartfelt replies. Sierra posted, some of them online. The internet began calling Iris the silent Marine who speaks through stitches. One day, a 5th grade class wrote to her, We saw your quilt. Can we make one too? Iris chuckled. I've never taught a class. You've taught me my whole life, Sierra said. You've got this. Over video calls, Iris guided the class. Each child contributed a square, drawings, names, memories of relatives who served. When it arrived, Iris held it like treasure. They remembered, she whispered. Then came a visitor, a man carrying a folded flag. I'm David Morales, Captain J.T. Morales' brother. Inside, Iris froze. I saw the quilt, recognized his handwriting. I didn't know you had that letter. I kept it, she said, tears forming. It was all I had. David handed her a small box, JT's dog tags. These belong with you now. For the first time in years, she cried, not from grief, but gratitude. From that moment, Iris began dreaming, not of war, but remembrance. She proposed a memorial garden, no plaques, no statues, just flowers, one for each Marine. Sierra made a short video. It went viral. Donations flooded in. Veterans volunteered. Families sent names. By spring, the garden bloomed. Roses, lavender, tulips, each marked with a name. This is my second quilt, Iris said, sitting on a bench. This one's stitched with petals. Then another letter. My name is Edith Monroe. I served, too, but no one remembers me. Iris called her immediately. Edith, 92, had no visitors. I just wanted someone to know I was there, she said. You served. That's enough, Iris replied. A week later, she and Sierra brought Edith flowers, coffee, and a tiny quilted flag. Edith held it like a child's toy. I never got a uniform, she whispered. Just a badge. Iris removed a pin from her own jacket. Then take mine, for women like you. After that, Iris visited forgotten veterans, especially women whose stories were overlooked. Before leaving each home, she'd say, You are not forgotten, not while I'm here. Sierra earned a full scholarship to study political science. I don't want to leave, she said. That's why you must, Iris told her. The world needs people who remember what matters. Before Sierra left, they recorded one final video. It ended with Iris looking into the camera. Don't. Wait to be remembered. Show the world who you are. Stitch your legacy, one act at a time. The clip went viral. Months later, Trump received another package, a bound leather journal. Inside were Iris's stories and reflections from other veterans. The inscription read, For those who lead, to remember those who followed. One story made him pause, a young soldier giving his last water to a child in Iraq. At the bottom, Iris had written, True power isn't strength, it's compassion. Years passed. The original quilt began to fade. Sierra, now working full-time with veterans, had it returned to the center where Iris first made it. People brought their own quilt squares. A sign read, The original rests here, but the mission continues. One Veterans Day, Iris got a call. 3 of her old unit members had been found. They wanted to see her. At the garden, they reunited. Canes, scars, and laughter. Iris gave each a blank square. Write your story, she said. We'll add it. One man, trembling, asked, You really kept all our memories? She held up her hand. I never let go. That winter, Iris stitched one final square. Black, fabric, gold thread. Mission accomplished. Iris Vance, USMC. She handed it to Sierra. At it when it's time. Time for what? To rest. That night, she passed peacefully. At her funeral, veterans, children, presidents, and strangers came. They didn't mourn. They celebrated. Years later, a young girl visited the Hall of Honor. Major Iris Vance, her mother whispered. She gave Trump a quilt, but really she gave something more. The girl pointed to a new square stitched in sky blue. It read, "You made me believe in heroes,